What if I told you the secret to achieving your dreams isn't talent, luck, or even hard work? It's something so simple, yet so powerful, that it can transform your life starting today. That secret? Your calendar. Yes, the way you schedule your time determines whether you're chasing your goals or just chasing your tail. Stick with me for the next 30 minutes, and I'll show you how to take control of your time, turn your dreams into reality, and live a life of purpose. This isn't just a video, it's a wake-up call. Let's dive in. Section 1, The Power of Scheduling. Let's start with a question: what's on your calendar this week? Not your mental to-do list or the things you hope to squeeze in. I'm talking about what's actually written down, blocked out, and committed to. Because here's the truth, and it's a truth that hit me like a ton of bricks years ago: if it's not on your calendar, it's not real. You can say your health is a priority, but if there's no time reserved for a workout, it's just a wish. You can say your family comes first, but if there's no dinner date or quality time scheduled, it's just words. I used to be the king of good intentions. I'd tell myself I'd work on my side hustle, read more books, or spend time with my loved ones. But my days would fill up with distractions, emails, social media, random errands. By the end of the week, I'd feel exhausted but unaccomplished. Sound familiar? That's when I realized something critical: time doesn't care about your intentions. Time is neutral. It doesn't wait for you to find it. You have to claim it. And the way you claim it is by scheduling it. Think about it. We all get the same 24 hours in a day. Elon Musk, Beyoncé, the barista at your local coffee shop, we're all equal in the eyes of time. But what separates those who achieve greatness from those who stay stuck? It's how they use those hours. The most successful people don't just hope to get things done, they structure their days to make it happen. They don't rely on memory or mood swings. They rely on a system, a calendar that reflects their priorities. Here's my take: scheduling isn't just about productivity. It's about living with intention. It's about saying, this is who I am, and this is what I'm building. Your calendar is like a canvas, and every block of time is a brushstroke painting the life you want. So, let's make it a masterpiece. Section 2, Why Time is Your Greatest Asset. Let's talk about time for a moment. Time is the ultimate currency. You can earn more money, find new opportunities, or develop new skills, but you can't make more time. Once it's gone forever. That's why I believe time is your greatest asset. Not your bank account, not your network, not even your talent, time. Because without time, none of those things matter. I remember when I first started my career, I thought money was the key to success. I chased every dollar, thinking it would solve all my problems. But I was burning through my time on things that didn't matter: endless meetings, mindless scrolling, saying yes to every request. I was rich in stress but poor in progress. It wasn't until I shifted my mindset to value time above everything else that things changed. Here's the kicker: we all get the same amount of time, but we don't all use it the same way. Some people waste it on distractions. Others spend it on busy work. But the truly successful? They invest it. They treat every hour like a seed they're planting for their future. Want to know if you're investing your time wisely? Look at your calendar. If it's full of meaningless tasks or other people's priorities, you're not investing, you're squandering. Let me share a story. A few years ago, I met a guy named Mark at a conference. Mark was a middle manager with big dreams of starting his own business. He'd talk endlessly about his ideas, but year after year, nothing changed. I asked him, "Mark, how much time do you block each week to work on your business?" He looked at me like I'd asked him to solve quantum physics. "I don't have time," he said. "I'm too busy with work." That's when I realized Mark wasn't busy, he was trapped. Trapped by a lack of structure. Trapped by reacting to life instead of designing it. Contrast that with Sarah, a friend of mine who built a thriving online coaching business while working a full-time job. How? She scheduled 2 hours every evening to work on her business, no exceptions. She treated those hours like a sacred appointment. That's the difference. Mark hoped for time, Sarah made time. And guess who's living their dream now? Section 3, the calendar as your life's blueprint. So, how do you make time? You schedule it. Your calendar isn't just a tool for appointments, it's the blueprint for your life. It's where your dreams take shape. It's where you decide what matters and what doesn't. Without a calendar, you're building a house without a plan. You might hammer some nails, but you'll end up with chaos instead of a home. Here's a principle I live by: your calendar is a mirror. It reflects what you truly value. You can tell me your goals all day long, but if I look at your calendar and see no time blocked for them, I know they're not real priorities. It's like saying you want to get fit but never stepping foot in a gym. Your schedule tells the truth. I'll be honest, when I first started scheduling my priorities, it felt awkward. I wasn't used to blocking time for things like reading or thinking. I thought, who schedules thinking? But then I realized that's exactly what the most successful people do. They don't leave their growth to chance. They carve out time for it. And little by little, those small blocks of intentional time add up to massive results. Let's get practical. Open your calendar right now, whether it's a physical planner or an app, and look at this week. What does it say about you? Is it full of meetings and errands, or does it show time for your goals? If it's the former, don't worry, you can change it. Start by identifying one thing that matters most to you. Maybe it's learning a new skill, spending time with your kids, or working on a passion project. Block 30 minutes a day for it. Treat that time like a non-negotiable meeting with your future self. Here's a tip: don't just schedule the big stuff. Schedule the small, quiet things that move you forward. For me, it's 15 minutes every morning to journal and reflect. That small habit has helped me stay focused and grounded, even on crazy days. What's your small habit? Whatever it is, put it on the calendar. Because if it's important, it deserves a spot. Section 4, the myth of, I'm too busy. Now, I know what some of you are thinking: I'm too busy to schedule anything. My days are packed. I get it. Life is hectic. But let me challenge that excuse for a second. Being busy isn't the problem. The problem is what you're busy with. Anyone can fill their day with tasks. The question is, are those tasks moving you closer to your goals, or are they just keeping you occupied? I used to wear busy like a badge of honor. I'd tell everyone, I'm swamped, as if it proved I was important. But deep down, I knew I was just spinning my wheels. I was spending hours on things that didn't matter, answering emails that could wait, attending meetings with no clear purpose, scrolling through social media to unwind. I was busy, but I wasn't effective. Here's a truth bomb: busy doesn't equal productive. In fact, busy often means you're avoiding the hard stuff, the stuff that actually moves the needle. It's easier to check off a dozen small tasks than to tackle the one big task that scares you. But guess what? That big task is probably the one that will change your life. Let me share a lesson I learned from a mentor early in my career. She told me, don't spend major time on minor things. That hit me hard. I realized I was giving my best hours to low-value tasks, things that felt urgent but weren't important. So, I started auditing my time. Every night, I'd ask myself, what did I trade my time for today? Was it worth it? That simple question changed everything. It forced me to be honest about where my time was going and whether it aligned with my goals. Try this: for 1 week, track how you spend your time. Write down everything, every meeting, every phone call, every Netflix binge. Then, at the end of the week, look at the data. You'll be shocked at how much time you're giving to things that don't matter. Use that insight to make better choices. Say no to the trivial. Say yes to the transformative. And most importantly, schedule it. Section 5, the discipline of writing it down. One of the most powerful tools for taking control of your time is so simple you might overlook it: a pen and a planner. I know, it sounds old school in a world of apps and AI, but hear me out. Writing things down is where discipline begins. It's where you turn vague ideas into concrete commitments. I used to think I could keep everything in my head. I'll remember to work on that project, I'd tell myself. Spoiler alert, I didn't. My brain was too busy juggling 1,000 other thoughts: bills, groceries, that email I forgot to send. The human mind is great for generating ideas, but it's terrible for storing them. That's why you need a second brain, a planner, a notebook, or even a sticky note. When you write something down, it becomes real. It's no longer a fleeting thought, it's a promise. It's a contract with yourself. I started carrying a small notebook everywhere I went, jotting down goals, tasks, and even random ideas. That habit transformed my productivity. Why? Because writing forces you to clarify your intentions. It makes you think, is this worth my time? Does this align with my vision? Here's a challenge: before you go to bed tonight, spend 5 minutes planning tomorrow. Write down 3 things you want to accomplish. Be specific. Don't just write, work on project. Write, spend 45 minutes drafting the project proposal from 9 to 9:45 a.m. Then, block that time in your calendar. When you wake up, you'll have a roadmap for the day. You won't waste energy wondering what to do, you'll just do it. Let me add my 2 cents, writing things down isn't just about organization. It's about ownership. When you put pen to paper, you're saying, this is my life, and I'm in charge. That's empowering. It's a small act of rebellion against the chaos of the world. So, grab a pen, open your planner, and start leading your day before it leads you. Section 6, the magic of consistency. If there's one thing that separates dreamers from doers, it's consistency. Success isn't about one big moment or one grand gesture. It's about showing up every day, doing the work, and building momentum over time. And the key to consistency? Structure. I used to think I needed motivation to get things done. I'd wait for that burst of inspiration to hit me, like some divine lightning bolt. But motivation is fickle. It comes and goes like the weather. Structure, on the other hand, is reliable. It's the scaffolding that holds your goals together while you build them. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't do it because you're inspired, you do it because it's part of your routine. That's the mindset you need for your bigger goals. Want to write a book? Schedule 30 minutes a day to write. Want to get in shape? Block an hour for exercise 3 times a week. Want to grow your business? Reserve 2 hours every evening for strategy and execution. Put it on the calendar, treat it like a non-negotiable, and watch how small actions compound into big results. Here's a personal example. A few years ago, I decided I wanted to improve my public speaking. I was terrified of speaking in front of crowds, but I knew it was a skill I needed. So, I scheduled 15 minutes a day to practice. I'd stand in my living room, talking to an imaginary audience, refining my delivery. It felt silly at first, but after a month, I noticed a difference. After 6 months, I was confident enough to speak at a local event. Today, public speaking is one of my strengths, all because I committed to consistent, scheduled practice. My opinion? Consistency isn't sexy, but it's powerful. It's the slow, steady drip that carves a canyon. So, pick one goal, schedule time for it, and show up every day. Even when you don't feel like it. Especially when you don't feel like it. That's how you become the person you want to be. Section 7, Preparing for Opportunity. Here's a hard truth: you don't get what you want, you get what you're ready for. Opportunities are everywhere, but they only go to those who are prepared to seize them. And preparation starts with your schedule. I used to think opportunities were rare, like winning the lottery. But I was wrong. Opportunities are like buses, they come by all the time. The question is, are you ready to get on board? If your dream opportunity showed up tomorrow, a promotion, a partnership, a chance to shine, would you be ready to say yes? Or would you need a few months to get your act together? Let me tell you about a time I almost missed an opportunity. Early in my career, I was invited to pitch a project to a major client. It was a huge deal, but I hadn't prepared. I scrambled to put together a presentation the night before, and let's just say it wasn't my best work. I didn't get the project, and it stung. But it taught me a lesson: preparation isn't something you do when opportunity knocks. It's something you do every day so you're ready when it arrives. Now, I schedule time to prepare for opportunities one don't even know are coming. I block an hour a week to update my skills, refine my pitch, and stay sharp. Because I know that when the right moment comes, I want to be the person who's ready to step up, not the one who hesitates. Preparation builds confidence, and confidence attracts opportunities. Here's my take: preparation isn't just about skills, it's about mindset. When you schedule time to work on yourself, you're telling the universe, I'm serious about my dreams. And the universe has a way of rewarding those who show up prepared. So, start today. Schedule time to study, practice, or plan. Even if the opportunity feels far away, every minute you invest is a step closer to being ready when it arrives. Section 8. Plan your life, don't react to it. Let's talk about a trap that catches so many people: reacting to life instead of designing it. Every day, someone or something is trying to claim your time, your phone, your boss, your inbox, even random strangers. If you don't have a plan, you'll spend your life responding to their agendas instead of building your own. I used to be a professional reactor. My phone would buzz, and I'd jump to answer it. An email would pop up, and I'd drop everything to respond. By the end of the day, I'd feel drained, wondering why I hadn't accomplished anything meaningful. That's when I realized, every minute you don't plan is up for grabs. And trust me, someone will take it. Here's a metaphor I love: your life is like a plot of land. Without a blueprint, you're just hammering nails into random boards, hoping something comes together. But with a plan, a calendar, a schedule, a vision, you're an architect, designing a masterpiece. Every block of time is a brick in the foundation of your future. My advice? Become the architect of your life. Every Sunday night, sit down with your planner and map out your week. Ask yourself, what matters most right now? What will move me closer to my goals? Then, block time for those things. Protect that time like it's gold. Because it is. When your calendar is filled with your priorities, there's less room for other people's chaos. And here's the best part: planning makes you powerful. People respect someone who knows where their time is going. You walk taller, speak clearer, and waste less energy. You become a leader, not just of your day, but of your destiny. Section 9. The Morning Advantage. Let's zoom in on one part of your day that can make or break everything: your morning. The way you start your morning sets the tone for the rest of your day. Start with clarity, and you'll carry confidence into every task. Start with chaos, and you'll spend the day playing catch-up. I used to start my mornings by grabbing my phone and scrolling through notifications. Big mistake. Before I'd even had coffee, I was reacting to emails, texts, and news alerts. My day felt like a treadmill: lots of motion, no progress. So, I flipped the script. Now, I start with intention. I wake up 30 minutes earlier, sip some water, and spend 10 minutes journaling or reading something inspiring. Then, I review my calendar and pick one task to tackle first. That small routine has been a game changer. Here's a simple morning formula: quiet, fuel, plan, action. Start with quiet, maybe meditation, prayer, or just silence to clear your mind. Then, fuel your body, hydrate, eat something light, move a little. Next, plan, check your calendar, set your priorities. Finally, take one small action toward your goal. It could be writing a paragraph, doing a quick workout, or sending an important email. That early win builds momentum for the rest of the day. My opinion? Mornings are your secret weapon. They're a fresh start, a chance to take charge before the world wakes up. So, guard your mornings. Treat them like a sacred ritual. Because how you begin shapes everything that follows. Section 10, the Sunday Night Ritual. Let's wrap up with one final strategy that's been a cornerstone of my success, the Sunday night meeting. No, it's not with a team or a mentor, it's with yourself. Every Sunday night, I sit down with my planner and prepare for the week ahead. It's the most important meeting of the week because it's where I take control of my time before life takes control of me. Here's what I do: I review my calendar, noting what's already scheduled and what's missing. I ask, what are my top 3 priorities this week? What needs my best energy? What can I say no to? Then, I block time for growth, health, relationships, and rest. I make sure my schedule reflects the person I want to become, not just the tasks I need to check off. This ritual takes 15 minutes, but it saves hours of stress and confusion. It's like sharpening your axe before chopping wood: you work smarter, not harder. And here's the magic: when Monday morning comes, I'm not reacting. I'm leading. I'm calm, focused, and ready to crush it. My challenge to you: make Sunday night sacred. Light a candle, brew some tea, and plan your week with purpose. Don't just fill your calendar, fill it with meaning. Because a week that's planned is a week that's won. We've covered a lot today, but it all comes down to one truth: if it's important, schedule it. Your dreams, your goals, your growth, they don't happen by accident. They happen by design. Your calendar is your canvas, your blueprint, your compass. Use it to build a life that lights you up, a life that reflects who you are and who you're becoming. So, here's your action step: right after this video, open your calendar and block time for one thing that matters most to you. It could be 15 minutes to read, 30 minutes to exercise, or an hour to work on your passion project. Just start. Then, come back to this video next week and let me know in the comments how it went. I read every comment, and I can't wait to hear your story. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, it really helps the channel grow. And if you want more tips on living with intention, subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Together, let's stop chasing time and start owning it. I'll see you in the next video. Now, go schedule your success. Subscribe for more motivation.